The RX 550 is AMD's latest release in the under $100 budget graphics card lineup. However, does its $80 price tag and entry-level performance hold its own against the current contestants in this price range? Let's take a look. Heavily marketed as a step up from integrated graphics and very outdated dedicated cards, the RX 550 is shown to perform decently in many popular esports titles such as CSGO, Dota 2, League of Legends, Overwatch, and Rocket League. AMD's marketed benchmarks have the RX 550 performing above 60 FPS in all of these titles and more. Taking a look at a few independent tests confirm these performances, assuming that the rest of your system isn't causing any bottlenecks. It even manages some decent performance in more intensive titles, albeit struggling and failing to reach 60 FPS. So, this budget-oriented card is starting to not sound half bad, which is true. The card itself is a decent performer and has great potential to help the frugal esports-oriented gamer. But is it actually worth the $80 MSRP? To answer that, let's take a look at the other budget GPUs available, starting with AMD's own RX 460. Released less than a year ago, the RX 460 has been a popular choice for many budget gamers. Comparing the on-paper specs of the two cards revealed a worrisome 40% difference in relative performance. This difference is made even more ridiculous considering the RX 460 has an MSRP of $100, meaning an extra $20 can very nearly double your GPU's performance. Even better still, the RX 460 can frequently be found on sale via promos and rebates for $90, $80, even $70, meaning that with a little bit of patience and research, you could potentially pay $10 less than the RX 550 for roughly 40% more performance. What was AMD thinking? Perhaps they're hoping to undercut their pricier competitor NVIDIA's GTX 1050. At $110, the 1050 is the most expensive option, but is easily the better performer. However, is that extra cash worth the bump in performance? Considering an estimated gain of 10% more performance over the RX 460, the 1050 would cost slightly more for slightly better performance. However, putting it up against the RX 550 shows a nearly 60% increase in performance for an extra $30. Again, this isn't considering the common sales and rebates the GTX 1050 has, easily making it available for $100 or less. So, the RX 550 doesn't offer better performance, nor does it really offer a better price tag. I mean, if you're spending $80 on a graphics card, you should be able to scrounge up an extra $10 or $20, especially if that extra cash lends you 40 to 60% better performance. If that's the case, why should you buy an RX 550? Let me know when you find out. Perhaps AMD will realize its pricing predicament and drop the MSRP, or perhaps retailers and manufacturers will promote some good deals to get this thing off the shelves. Regardless, until this card drops significantly in price, you'd be much better off skipping the vanilla frappuccinos for a day or two and picking up a more powerful card. If this helped you out, drop a like and comment with your thoughts and suggestions. If you're interested in budget-friendly hardware, buying advice, and more, go ahead and subscribe. Also keep an eye out for my review of the RX 570. I'll put a link here when it is up next week. See you soon.